Now it's time to get very interactive with you right here on the show, as we'll be opening the phone lines shortly. But before we do remember that you can also send in your WhatsApp messages via the number 020-444-7033. When we open the phone lines, the number to call is 026-930-6312. And this morning, the question we are asking you, we are talking about sanitation problems. We've seen reports telling us about how cholera outbreaks are taking lives. I mean, we can't continue being dirty. We are humans. We can't continue living life anyhow. We can't continue destroying our environment with our negligence or our attitude of filth and not being clean. So we are asking you this morning, what do you suggest is the permanent solution to handling our sanitation issues in Ghana? So this morning, you can call us via the number 026-930-6312 or send us a WhatsApp message on the number 020-444-7033. Before we even start receiving calls, I'll start off with you. I said yesterday that, look, it's high time we reintegrate town council, what we used to call tankers, as Nana said earlier, someone, to really put people in check, because we've become so negligent, so I don't care, so the street is not for my father. I have said that kind of attitude, and at the end of the day, it goes and comes back to affect all of us.
Yeah, you know, the thing about human beings is that human beings run towards pleasure and pleasurable things, and they run away from pain and painful things. If we don't discipline ourselves and go through the pain of being disciplined as a society, which will eventually bring delight, right? If we don't go through that pain, the mass death cases that will hit us through dysentery, cholera, typhoid, and all these waterborne, filth-related diseases that are enteric in nature. They affect our alimentary, the alimentary canal and all of that. It will be so rampant. Look, even what we are seeing now is like kid games. If we don't discipline ourselves, we are going to experience the worst of the worst. All right? So it's important to bear it in mind, that we need to be disciplined as a people. The question we're asking this morning is very simple. Wherever you stay, wherever you live across the country, what's the sanitation situation like? And what do you think we can do as a permanent solution, once and for all, to fix this our sanitation problem? It's a real problem. And I don't think there's any Ghanaian anywhere who doesn't see it and even admit that it's a problem. But it's like we are all waiting for someone else to do something about it.
We are all waiting for government, calling on government, yet we create the problems and expect somebody to come and correct it
Jifa,
for
what
us.
pains me in all this, is that when you see people like the bus stop boys going around to clean places, and yet when they go around to clean places, after 3 weeks, a month.
Just hold your thoughts on the bus stop voice. Don't forget what you want to say. We have a call on the line. Let's speak with her and come back. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning,
Good morning.
Where are you calling us from?
Calling from Pokwase.
Pokwase, all right. Tell us, what is the sanitation situation in Pokwase, first of all?
Okay, so I think it's necessary for the town council to be reinforced again, because most of us are waiting for someone to tell us, do this before we do it. And that's as a result of indiscipline. So for us to be able to solve this problem, I think the town council should bring up.
Right. But I wanted to find out, what's the sanitation problem in Pokwase like? Is there any attitude of improper disposal of waste and all of that from the people there? Hello, are you still there? Anyway, I think we lost her. Right. So
yeah.
I think she also agrees with us about the town council thing. But you were saying something about the bus stop boys.
Yes, I was just saying that what pains me is that when we see people like the bus stop boys going to clean places, and you actually see it because they filmed the before and after. Then 3 weeks later, a month later, they decided, look, let's go back and see what it looks like. And the filth is back.
Even worse than it used to be.
You know, like Nana said, we should not, you see, and let's not joke about this. We should bring back properly empowered, authorized town council officers who have the power to arrest, the power to summon you to the court, the power to fine you on the spot, and the power to lash you as we did in the past. Honestly, because it's like, look, in Medina, and I'm saying this because we've actually practiced it in Medina recently, where at the Zongo Junction,
right,
when we were trying to prevent people from crossing the road rampantly, indiscriminately, they put up the wire fence. People were scaling the wire fence. Then they put officers on the ground with canes. The nonsense stopped. That's what we need to do. We have a caller from Takrady. Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Yeah, I'm an education calling from Takrady.
All right, sir. Yes, go ahead.
The permanent solution is that the government should handle the sanitation issue to Ghana Armed Forces. It will just take one month. The whole Ghana will change.
I like your idea.
It should just give Ghana Armed Forces just 1 month. The whole situation will change. Government should take that initiative, and you see what will happen in Ghana.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your call, Sean. Yeah. It's back to the issue of discipline.
Yes.
And the feeling that the military you see why he's referring to Ghana Armed Forces? Because we know the military are a disciplined group of people.
And when you're doing something that is not right and you hear that, oh, the military is coming.
You organize yourself.
You're on your toes. Exactly.
Yeah,
you're on your toes.
Fast.
You're actually looking forward to do. Look at the Galamsey, the issue of the Galamsey, where the military was deployed. The people were running away. The miners were running away because they know that they are doing what is not right. Yet they are still there. The moment they hear that the military is coming, they flee from the scenes. We have a caller. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm Tigui, calling from Ejusu.
All right, let's hear you.
Okay, first of all, I'm from Ejusu, and then the sanitation condition in our area is not that bad.
Okay.
And then this is because of the good layout. Right? It makes it easy for rubbish collectors to come. And some people's job to collect rubbish from different homes. So when they come, they take it, and then it's easy for them to take. Understand? But there are some places and some towns and cities that the layout there is very poor. Right? So it makes it difficult for these rubbish collectors to come in and then take these rubbishes, and then people will be just dumping anywhere. And then second of all, I think as childish as it seems that soldiers should be brought into the case, it's all of these. Why can Accra, our capital town, right, be like this? Soldiers must be brought into the case.
Yeah.
That's the permanent solution.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, I saw something yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw a heap of, you know, when you eat coconut,
right?
You buy coconut and you eat the shell, right? That's waste.
Yes.
There's a place in Accra, in Asylum Down. Okay, it's a mountain of coconut shell. Like you see what you see in the video here, on the video wall here. You see this heap. A heap like this is only coconut shells. In the heart of Accra.
Kweku, how?
And it's not enclosed, it's just in the open. I mean, I can't for the life of me understand how the assembly would allow this to exist.
Kweku, we have a caller from Mama Saman.
Yeah.
Hi, good morning, Adiza.
Yes, madam. Morning.
Very good morning to you. Tell us about the sanitation situation in Amasaman.
Yeah. Our over there is very poor. It's very, very, very poor. Our solution for this is we should go back to our sanitation security, which we do call Saman. Yes, that would be the best solution for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So that would be the best, because those times in our villages, if people see Saman coming, they know the days they do come. They do everything clean, everything.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Adisa, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's it.
All right. Thank you
Any
very
security, which we do call the Saman, that will help us.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you very much for
Okay,
calling
you're
us
welcome.
this morning.
You see,
Kweku,
so that
speaking
even
about
if
the
they,
coconut
shells,
shells,
yeah.
I don't know how we don't think outside the box about ways to explore these things, some of these things to use for recycling. I've seen this coconut shell being used for storage containers,
Yes.
for body lotions,
Yeah.
body creams,
Yeah.
soaps, and all
Yeah.
of that. And you should see it, you should touch it. So beautiful.
Yeah.
And we just dispose them just like
No, but
that.
even that one, I suspect that some people have just decided that they want to use it for recycling and to use it in other things. But my challenge is when you dump it
dumping,
there and
yes.
it's sitting there for a month, 2 months, 3 months, it's disease. It's spreading all kinds of disease, breeding mosquitoes, all kinds of things. We have another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. Your name, please.
Yes, my name is Grandma Lilia.
Okay. And where are you speaking to us from?
Ashmota.
Okay, all right. Please share your thoughts with us.
I suggest we can recall the Saturday sanitation every Saturday of the month.
Every first Saturday of the month. Okay.
So we can around it.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know how far that first Saturday of the month sanitation thing went, but Kweku, really, if you ask me, I do not think we should wait till a first Saturday of the month before you actually clean your environment. How much or how long will it take for you to wake up in the morning, maybe a little earlier than you usually do, clean up? And if it becomes a constant thing, you will not have, you don't need, or the environment will not be so dirty that you need to wait for every Saturday of the month for it to be like a national thing before you actually engage in keeping your environment clean. These are everyday practices that we need to really keep up with. Anyway.
Hello. Michael.
Yes.
Yes. Talk to us. What are your thoughts?
Thanks so much. I believe, one, we always compare Ghana now to Ghana before. Previously, sanitation issues were a bit more simple to solve because of the population. The population was not so high. If you compare Ghana then and Ghana now, population has really gone up, especially within Accra, where people move all the way from the northern part to the regional capital to get better things to do.
Yeah.
I think as of now, the situation is more complicated and needs a multifaceted approach.
Okay.
We are always calling on getting the military involved because it's a discipline issue and all those stuff. But I feel that we should also look at behavioral actions and the mindset of the populace. If you have parents who allow their children to urinate by a building or allow themselves to do the number two, just somewhere where no one is watching. What are you teaching that child? What are you teaching your child when they get into a tractor and you tell them, oh, throw the rubber out of the car? And all those. What are we even teaching our children in the curriculum? So when you go to the SHS, you go to the JHS, in the primary, what are they teaching the children? What are they making sure that children learn from that age? Then you also come to infrastructure. Honestly, I don't think that the government has put in place the right infrastructure to take care of the amount of tonnage, the tonnage of waste which is generated in Accra daily, even talk less of other metropolis. So I feel that instead of just calling for a simple solution, saying, oh, bring the military in, let's look at the problem as a complicated one, which needs to be approached in a more complicated manner to achieve it.
So yes, it's a disciplinary issue, but let's not just simplify the situation and say bring in the military. Because you'll be surprised that the military will come on board and people will be scared to dump elsewhere, and they'll just be keeping the rubbish in their homes. Meanwhile, there's no waste truck to come for that waste, and we'll be having sinking homes, basically. So it's more complicated. The military will keep people from dumping, but when the military disappears, we come back to the same old problem where people dump where they're not supposed to. So I would say let's look at a more multifaceted approach at the.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you.
Michael's sharing his thoughts there. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, Michael makes an interesting point. I think that the call for the military to be involved in disciplining the society is a call that is just one step of the intervention, right? I feel that it's a multi-pronged approach. So if a father is walking with his kids, 2 boys, right? And you're walking with your father, and you stop by the roadside to pee on somebody's wall, right? You don't have to tell your child to do or not to do. They will do because they saw you do.
Exactly.
You see the thing? So for me, it's the enforcement is critical because the enforcement impacts the adults. And the adults will then do the right thing, which teaches the children to follow the right thing. Do you see?
Anyway, we have a caller from Ablikuma. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name? We understand you're calling from Ablikuma, but we didn't get your name. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Philip.
All right, Philip, tell us, what's the sanitation situation in Ablikuma?
It's very bad.
How bad?
Because about the coconut shell Kweku is talking about around Asylum Down, I've seen it before. It's very bad over there. I think it's right opposite Iran Clinic.
It is. That's the one.
What about Ablikuma? What's the situation in Ablikuma? Since you
The situation at Ablikuma. Last time I went to work, I came around home. I came back around 3 o'clock in the midnight.
Okay.
A woman carried her boiler from the house and came and dumped it right under the traffic light.
What?
And I asked her into what and she was looking at my face.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But you see, the painful thing about all of this is that they are
so the sanitation in Ghana now, like how we are saying, the government has to put in the hands of the town council or the military.
Yeah.
That will solve our problem for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you
so much for calling.
Thank you.
Kweku, so this thing this gentleman just said, and the caller before him, the other time I was coming to work very early in the morning, there was a schoolboy going to school as well, and just by a gutter, he saw a bottle, waste bottle, and he kicked the bottle into the gutter. I got down from the car and I told him that, do not do that again. That is so wrong. I made him step into the gutter because it was a dry gutter, and picked it and gave it to me. I kept it in the car till I got to the office and dumped it. So we really need to be each other's keeper. Sometimes let's just assume that every time when I'm having conversations like this with you, I ask you, don't the people know? Like, it's just home sense, it's common sense. Sometimes you don't need to go to school to learn these things. It's basic knowledge. Basic knowledge. So if you see somebody doing that, you make sure. Because we also need to enforce people to do the right thing if you know better.
Because they know that what they're doing is wrong, but it's like nobody's watching, so they can get away with it. We have another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Paul, how are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Very well, thank you. What are your thoughts on this conversation we're having?
Ghana's problem is a very big problem. And then without the military, we will not get to where we want to get to. So we need the military, seriously, because Ghana has a big problem from now to 2030.
Yeah,
we have a big problem. And if we don't involve the military, Ghana will not get to where Ghana wants to get to. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Paul. All the way from Afinia. Now, there's some messages that came in. Right. This one says, where is the sanitation minister? That's the question I would like to know. Where is the sanitation minister? Do we have one? What happened to making Accra the cleanest city in Africa? That's another one I would like to know. What happened to that? Accra is still one of the filthiest. I'll repeat that. Accra is still one of the filthiest. And it's maybe more dirty now than it has been in a while. So I don't know what happened to making it the cleanest. The minister should also be involved and treat this as a war against uncleanliness.
Cool. We have a caller on the line. Hi, Yaya. Good morning. Good morning. You're calling us all the way from...
My name is Yaya from Upper West.
All right. Yaya, let's hear you.
The topic we are all discussing is a very good one. You see, when our forefathers were in this country, you see they could allocate some portions, and everyone will know that this place you don't urinate there. This place you don't put that in there. It is not that if you put the dirt, you will tell me. It is through this. They want to protect the community. And even if you were a man or a woman carrying your load from the farm to the community, when you get to the outset, they will tell you that you have to put the thing you cover your head away. You don't put it, you don't send it to the house. You throw it in the bush before you come in. As you say that you ask somebody's Lord to take you a bottle. If you are not careful yourself, you even politely ask this person's child or son to give you the bottle, and you will still be in trouble. Forgive me to say, it is not the military who are acting foolishly. We can all do that. And I'm still suggesting that let's give the powers to the central inspectors, the different assembly levels.
Yeah.
You know, the police stations are now more difficult than ever.
Yeah.
The central inspector can stand at any community and call for police enforcement to come and pick somebody to the police station. But we can't do that now. Why? It is through our attitude. The person that will be sending the school where and he or she will be urinating at somebody's backyard, it is through the federal rally. One of the days when children play in the outside, when they see big men, they give them. Now, if you want to control a child, the child will maybe can easily beat you. Our children are destroying the country. Now, where are we getting the cholera from? And it is spreading all over. We are ourselves bringing it.
Yeah.
We must control our garbages by ourselves, not institutions. But the government must help. We have to ask the National Assembly to enforce the Central Inspector's law. That's the Samasama law.
Yeah.
When you head in the only Samasama establishment, you can eat. You can never eat. You have to run and eat your area before. Let's do that again. See if Ghana will go to the first class country.
All right.
Even the villages are more west than the town. People come to know northern Ghana here. What is happening in Accra is even better. These bottles and plastic rubbers, you spend them all over. Nobody is taking care. Nobody is in control. Even the main roads, you find them. You can call them. Thank you very much for having me you.
Thank you so much.
Yaya.
Thank you. We appreciate your call. Cool. It says that even the villages are becoming worse than the towns and cities.
We are having these conversations, and everybody keeps talking about the need for an enforcement, the need for the reinstatement of town council. Now, let's look at the situation of Adan as we saw yesterday in the report. These are people that live close to a water body, and they've used the water body as their place of convenience. Yet there's a local assembly, there's a municipal assembly, and they are all watching.
They know.
In the faces of everybody.
If they're not involved themselves.
In the faces of everybody, they are watching. There are no toilet facilities in the community, so the people have resorted to easing themselves openly with no shame.
Why does the assembly build toilet facilities?
With no shame,
it's part of your responsibility.
It's very disgusting.
Yeah, because you are the assembly for the community. So
yet these same communities will have ballot boxes and member of parliament as well as ministers going there, parliamentary candidates, presidential candidates going there to campaign to solicit their votes.
Yeah, making all kinds of promises. So anyway, there's one more message I want to read quickly before we take a break. This one is coming from Kweku in Weja. He says, what I don't understand is you will see a sign saying don't dump rubbish here, yet you proceed to do that. Dump rubbish exactly there. Even if wisdom has been chasing you, you've been faster all your life. How do you miss this one? At a point, it's the rod of correction they need. The word of correction they need.
Indeed. Kweku, this one is from Michael from Boligatanga. He says, I believe the government must be intentional about sanitation in the country. Create plastic recycling companies. Provide 2 or 3 bins for every household. One for plastic, another for organic, etc. Collect the plastic waste every month to the factories for recycling. Listening to the manifestos of the presidential candidates for this election, I haven't heard any policy suggestions towards sanitation. Very interesting. There's another one here that also says task force at metropolitan assemblies should be taxed as a solution to control sanitation problems.
All right. That's what we have for our conversation this morning. Thank you to all of you who called from far and near. We appreciate your thoughts. And we do this with you because it's important. It's a collective effort for us to change Ghana and let Ghana be the beautiful country that we've been promised for so many years. And we want to experience it. And this sanitation thing is a very big deal. And we need to get to it. I want to say to the Honorable Minister this morning, this is right at your doorstep. This is right at your doorstep.